everything. I was going to change the name, but I decided not to. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org and the SEO Mastermind. In today's YouTube SEO Mastermind right here on YouTube, SEO Mastermind here on YouTube, what I'd like to do is answer any and all of your SEO questions. So the format here is if you want me to take a look at a site, answer any of your questions, I'm looking to answer your questions. Think of it as your time. So right now I'm going to go and take a look at the comments, see if there's anything from the members. If not, I'll answer your live questions. And then I have a topic to cover related to keyword research for small businesses. So I really don't want to waste too much time here. If you have questions, you have a site to look at, Google Maps questions, anything, throw it in. I'd love to help you out. Sorry for being a little bit behind. Generally on Thursdays, we have our mastermind. From 12 to 2 is our testing group. And then from 2 till about 4:20, 4:30-ish, we have our group coaching group. And then I come right over here to the YouTube mastermind to help whomever else I can today. So I like to take a little break in between, and I apologize. The group went over and I took a little bit too long of a break. With that being said, let's head on over here and don't hesitate. Get your questions in. I'll pull them up on the screen. We'll answer any and all questions. Want me to look at a site, maps, anything at all, please. I'd love to help you out. On top of that, we're doing some rearranging at SEOmastermind.org. I think for Black Friday, we're going to do something with the testing and some new trainings that I have. I have some really cool YouTube trainings coming. On top of that, I'll probably do some bundling. I want to make it high value, low cost. That's always the goal with me. All right. But what's really cool here is I put up a boatload of tests and I still have more. All right. So when you come over here and go to SEO test results, what you'll see is a plethora of different tests. What I want to do is I think I'm either going to bundle them together by on page, off page, maps, CTR, like all the different types, because we have 500 plus individual tests like, our autoplay embedded videos. Are those views ignored? I've had all kinds of little questions just like this where we implemented the test to see what the answer was. Just today in the mastermind before, just literally today, what I was covering was the usage of comments, right? Comment links, do they index? What percentage do they index at? On top of that, do they stick? How long do they stick? Then we looked at directories and Web 2s, what platforms are best, which ones aren't the best. A lot of different stuff. So if you get into that and you want to learn to advance your business, I'd love to help you. All right. Enough about me. So Patrick asks here, does he have a process to get customers to review a business on multiple platforms, GMB, Trustpilot, Angie's? So as far as reviews, asking the customer is best. It really depends on that rapport that you have with your customer. There are some rules to reviews as far as leading them to a page or a trapdoor page or however you want to call it. If I lead them to a page, customers or past customers, to a page where they're forced to, if they don't leave a 1-star review, they're forced off. You can't do that. Be mindful. But as far as getting Trustpilot, Facebook, Yelp, Google, the best thing to do is ask whether it's email, phone, while you're speaking to the customer. Also, you can make it an incentive because reviews and testimonials can help lead to more sales. So, Patrick, hopefully that helps you out. Reviews, asking the customer is best. ANSW answered in live 11/14/24 on the YouTube SEO Mastermind. All right, here I'll copy this and we'll ding this in here. Now let me just make sure you can see my screen. You can. All right, Udamin. Something doesn't seem quite right. Let's see here. Contains questions. Wow, these ones seem so, have we been getting them all? I guess I've been answering them all. I try to answer everyone's question or comment. Placed a different service on my GMB. All right, so I messaged that person back. Chris, my wife's realtor. Oh, this was a really good question. I'd like to make this a small segment. So here's the question, and I answered this, but let's talk about it now. All right, I remember this yesterday or the day before. It says, my wife and I are realtors. We have 2 Google business profiles because we had them before when we were a team. Would attempting to merge them make sense? Seems impossible with Google. You think having 2 is diluting our efforts? Just know an easy way to fix that. All right. Excellent, excellent question. So if you have to absolutely positively separate them, you need different name, different description, different phone number, and ideally a different URL. A different URL. It doesn't have to be a different site, different URLs where the GBPs point to. But let's say that you just don't want to dilute yourself, but you still want to maximize your efforts. All right. The best thing to do is either add a floor 1 or floor 2, suite A, suite B, but you need different descriptions, different phone numbers, and different categories. For instance, if you're at the same address, do the suite A or B, different phone number, different description, different URLs. Okay. And make sure that you're switching out that category. The best way to take over is target 2 different categories. It could be in the same overall bucket, right? Like let's say you're a plumber, drain cleaning, I don't know, clogs, right? You get the picture. Another tip here. Let's say that you get in and it's not your wife. It's not somebody that you're kosher with, right? Or friends with. Let's say you're going to a co-working space. Perhaps you're able to get one of those addresses. What I noticed there is they'll do hashtag or room number, suite number, desk number, however you want to look at it. Ideally, what you want to do is when they assign you a number, if you're in a co-working space, unless the co-working space has their name on the main address, you want to take over the main address. The main address always shows. On top of that, if you ever go to those spaces, the category is key, so key, all right? Making sure that you're not having any conflict with category. The person or business who's there first, that's who trumps the other businesses in that category, all right? So hopefully that helps you out. Very good question. I've ran across that numerous times, so great question, right? All right, Michael says, very cool, very interesting, good. Chris Sire thumbnail. Yeah, well, this is a modified, thank you. It's a modified image. I did that on purpose. I thought it looked pretty funny. My tongue is nowhere near that big. Brian says, this is eye-opening, Chris, advanced strategy. So we were talking about Black Hat. Wow. Okay. Wonderful. I try to answer all of these. True content costs definitely convert. Okay. Wonderful. I think I talked to everyone. Oh, here we go. Chris, is there a way to reach you regarding your SEO mastermind? I did email. Well, the SEO mastermind email is a catch-all. Sure. Best way is to go to live chat at chrispalmer.org. All right, 8 a.m. We're going to install it on there too. We're about to put everything together under one umbrella, but that's soon to come. I have a couple things in the works. Tools, platforms, services, everything doesn't go as fast as you want it to. But I do have a couple things coming. So Sadie says, I understand you pushed the keywords on frame of Google Map, but couldn't understand where you anchored. Okay, so I answered it. It was inside the Java, or not Java. It was inside the script tag. We were changing out the script tag in order to include extra keywords. So when you're looking at an embed, it'll say %20. %20, %20, each word is broken up that way. That's actually a space, right? So what you'll do is you can add extras into the actual code, which then is linked on your website or wherever you're embedding it. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. What do you already appreciate? Okay, so it looks like I talked to everybody, which is a great sign. Oh, this person is spamming for no reason. Fascinating. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Okay, so it looks like I guess there's no questions to answer because I answered them all. I mean, I generally come in here every single day, literally every single day, usually in the morning and at night, and I'll go through and answer all the questions I can. Say thank you to those that say thank you to me. I try to interact with everybody. Sometimes it's difficult, but I enjoy doing it. I really do. So let's head on over here and see if there is anything that I could help you with. All right. Salam, Chris. Salam to you, my friend. And David asks, getting an echo here, bro. Should not be getting an echo. Let's take a look. So we'll go to audio, echo cancellation. Hello. 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 Turn this down some. Hello. There you go. Default should be good to go. I mean, microphone's good. Everything's looking pretty good on my side, so hopefully it comes back together. All right. So I created a water softener business. My partner is leaving, so we are going to shut down the business. I'm sorry to hear that. And salam to you, my friend. I'm going to create a new entity offering the same service. What tips would you give me to make the most of the traffic we already get? So you're already getting traffic and you want to offer a new property, a new website, new GBP that's, you already have traffic. I assume it's in the same area, new business name. Who's going to control the assets currently? Who's going to control the website or the GBP, the apps, the email list? Who's going to control everything? I think in order to leverage what you already have, setting up that redirect, making it evident that there's going to be a new takeover or a new property, I think that's the best way forward. I don't know how much traffic we're talking about here, but I think just initiating the 301, leading them to the new site, and mentioning, hey, previously this, now we're this, welcome to the family. I don't know, but I'm sure you'll get it. All right. What if this comes from Hitalib? What if I do sport lives and instant traffic, then delete the video and keep only article in same page trying to manipulate AdSense? What if I do sport lives and I get instant traffic, then delete the video and keep only article in the same page? I think that sounds like a very interesting idea. Yeah, I think that sounds like a great idea. But the traffic it's not relative at all. It's not going to be hyper specific to the page they're going to. Aren't they just going to jump? I think the temporary boost temporarily will get that page up in the upper positions. Google will continue to test you for a little bit of time. But if you don't have a page that's answering the query, you're just going to dump. So I think in the short term, it could be a great thing. But unless you have a good page or whatever you're doing is good, you're going to fall. So good idea, though. I like that. So Brian asks, I was able to rank a local law firm to number 1 in SERP. However, Google Maps is almost 19 plus in every related important category. Any main reasonings that come to mind as to why that might be? So Google Maps is almost 19 plus in every related important category. So, okay. I think you said it right there. You already hit the nail on the head. in every important category. Category to me means main primary category, right? For instance, let's say that you are let's just say that you're a lawyer, and pretend with me for a second that there are different categories because I just can't think off the top of my head. Let's say it's going to be attorney, truck accident lawyer, car accident lawyer, DUI lawyer, medical malpractice, brain injury, bicycle, train, right? There's all these different types. So inside of your primary category section, you put all these different types. Then in your service section, you put all these different types. Then in your product section, you put all these different types. Are you with me so far? You can't be the expert of a million different things. Google is going to reward who is the best in that area, right? Who's perceived as best is, beyond the point, right? But what I'm getting at is the very first step to ranking and ranking well is being optimized for the service that we provide and in the area that we provide it. Our brand needs to become synonymous with the services we provide. Primarily, if you're going after a bunch of different stuff, target one, maybe two if they're hyper close to each other, and then try to expand. But if you're going for a bunch of different stuff, this tells me that you're relatively diluted or brand new, or it's a high competition market. All right. But I'm thinking you're diluted. No more echo. Excellent. Good to hear. I will control it all. Okay. Thank you. Chris, please give me a website or two or three that have multiple state and multiple cities that have your ideal website architecture structure, business service in the USA. Please, Chris, can you give me a website or two or three that have multiple state and multiple cities that have your ideal website URL architecture, structure, or business service in the USA, please? An ideal situation. Well, we can go and take a look. We could take a peek, and business owners make changes. I was helping out a gentleman, Colorado carpet masters. I forget the exact Colorado. Here, let's look up. Now, I don't know if he's made changes, but carpet cleaners in Brighton, I think. So Brighton, Colorado. It's got some traffic, relatively large area. Let's see what he's got going on. Well, last time I spoke to him, yeah, this is his main area. We were cooking. I hope he didn't make any changes to this. Let's go to Boulder. Boulder's a much larger city. Let's take a look here. I can't believe that I didn't just see my guy there. Oh my gosh, my heart is hurting. Oh, my heart is hurting me. This is a nice gentleman. His name's Keith. He runs a carpet cleaning company with his son. Now, I think last time I spoke to him, he was thinking about rebranding. I'm going to give one more try. Carpet cleaners in Thornton, Colorado. Okay, let's just make sure that we are, maybe I'm not looking in the right places. Wow. I can't believe this. Wow. I guess he took it down. We were number 3 to 5 across the board. Carpet cleaners. Oh, wow. I'm just taken back right now. Brighton, CO. Keith, what are you doing? Well, there he is right here. Colorado Carpet Masters. This is the guy. And we were ranking, yeah, literally every single place. Number 1 carpet and upholstery cleaning, Colorado. So he definitely changed the way this is. Now let's just double check and see if he still has it how we set it up. Top level page is going after Colorado. On the Colorado page, he should be internally linking to location pages. Oh, he made drastic changes to this. So I don't know if he's changing the way it's looking. Carpet cleaning. Boulder. Wow. Yeah, he changed this drastically. In any case, Colorado Carpet Masters, if you go back maybe 4 or 5 months, we set this up really nice. Obviously, he wanted design differently, but we were page 1, top 3 to 5 for every single term. We have a top level page that is going for the primary key term plus the state. In that state page, we're internally linking to our service plus location pages. The reason why we're running these off the root is because that's what Google is rewarding: home pages and top level pages. So we did not build a hard silo. This was a wonderful example. All right. Another one that I'm allowed to show, right? Because clients, I've been asking more and more, but here's another one. I've shown this one before: alligator pools. Again, though, the owner, his name's Chris. Alligator pools. Better yet, let's look for the term. So if you look at Colorado Carpet Masters past rankings, page 1, everything. So he must be making some changes. He's the business owner. He could do as he wishes. But let's take a look at this. So this gentleman does pool repair in Miami, which is a city. His name is Alligator Pools. So number 3 here. Now, again, the business owners can do, it's their sites. I can give recommendations. I can initially set up, give them some of the formula, but what they do from there is up to them. So as you can see here, let's see what we have. So top level pages, pool cleaning, and then we have pool repair. So these are top level pages. Generally, we will optimize these around primary service plus state, right? In this case, it would be Florida. So let's just see if he changed this. It looks like he's going after services here in the top level instead of Florida plus service. Up to him again. With that being said, let's see if he's internally linking to location pages like Kendall, and he is. Miami, Coral Gables, and Kendall. See this? This is not generally how we do it, but again, I can't stop what he does, right? It's up to him. So it looks like he has a lot of it here. He's decided to silo it and also take away some locations, but his rankings are still intact. The site still looks the same. And this, again, is how we do it. We build a top level page for service, and then from that page, we link to our location plus service pages. When we start talking about supporting content will support the main idea. So pool repair is the main idea, service. And then from the pool repair page, let's take a look together. There should be supporting content. Let's take a look. All right. So when you scroll down here, let's just take a quick look, see if there's any articles. And pool repair. Okay. Here's the second internal linking structure. So he's following my formula still that he learned with me. Let's scroll down the page. There should be some up. There we go. And then this should be up. So he never built supporting to support the main topic yet. It doesn't look like, but what he did do is check this out. His blog, he named Pool Tips, and then he's doing basic, it looks like common pool repairs. So he did not do individual service plus location supporting content, but he did do broad informational content. He's in a city. Again, he could do it as he wishes. I would have supported the main topics of service, but I also built out a blog section to have all of my articles in just like this. I built out a tips page. We've talked about this numerous times. So another great example. Let's see if he follows the formula. Yep, tips. And then, yes, this is it. I put all the articles just like this. This is very, 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 very close to how I left it. I mean, it looks like he's added some stuff for sure, but these two are on track. I'll give you another one since you asked for 3. Let me think of a recent person. Let me go see how Maddie's doing. So what about, so I worked with a chauffeur. Here's somebody for some of you guys and gals that are in another country. I worked with a chauffeur service in Melbourne. So it was a chauffeur Melbourne. All right. Chauffeur in Melbourne. All right. And it's called this is him right here. So iChauffeur, here you go. This is my guy. I have some earlier channels on here. Let's see if he's changed anything from the last time we were here. So we'll go ahead and take a quick look. All right. So limousine service, top level. So this is a change. Um, I see he's got service in here, so this is going to be a bad example for structure. I might have put it this way or left it this way because he already had it in place. This gentleman's been in business a very long time. I helped with optimizations. We met numerous times. Great guy again. So this isn't ideal for structure, but this is an Australian business. Let me think of another one. Oh, how about here? I'll show you a lawyer. How about truck accident lawyer, Baton Rouge? Baton Rouge or New Orleans? John Robbins. Let's go see. Now I think they're just a lead gen, but I could be wrong. Let's take a look around. I don't know if it's Baton Rouge. Baton Rouge. Truck accident lawyer, truck lawyer. Is it Baton Rouge? Let's go to New Orleans. I could be wrong. Cardone. It's one of these. I can't think of the name. I don't know if it's truck or car. Here, how about best car accident lawyer, Baton, Rouge. I believe he didn't really mess around with this too much. I just don't remember which SERP we were targeting. I don't remember which one it was. I don't know if it's car or truck. I've helped a lot of businesses, but there's 2, 3. You could look up John Robin. I'm sure that's probably pretty good. Let's see. I don't know though. Generally, once I get business owners in position, they go on their way. I'm a deliverable based SEO agency. So everything is deliverable based. We do sprints, if you want to call it, either sprints or like done with you sprints. I really, really like performance based, where we're trying to reach a goal a goal. So let's just see here. Let's just make sure. Yep. Car accident lawyer. So it looks like he's modifying this. So I don't want to waste too much other time here. I have quite a few that we could probably go over here. I got one more. It just popped in my head. I have a moving company. So how about Quad City Moving? It's called Horizon. All right, let's see here. Yep, so this is my guy. Well, past. So this is Horizon. Yep. And then I believe they should still have everything how it was. Yep, top level page junk, and then internally linked to the pages. All right, now the design looks different, so they might have changed a few things, but let's just double check here. Moving company. Yeah, a little bit has changed. Man, business owners are interesting. They'll you know how businesses are. Like they'll do really good, and then when they want to make a change, they'll reach out to other people, or maybe I've changed the way I do things, or maybe they had somebody locally or in-house. And of course, if they work with another agency, they always want to rebuild the site. Something we didn't do previously was take over the sites. You have to have something in place. You have to be at least, in the top 50 for what you want. But let's just double check. Yeah, I remember building these top level pages when I started doing this. I don't think he had the long distance. I think he was doing like clean out, storage, and local moves. I think we added some of these top level pages. I remember getting these photos. Yeah. So I have more, but not any off the top of my head that I know I'm allowed to share, right? It's, I like to ask. I actually had a client, it was a counselor in San Francisco a while back. They were doing, they were a counselor in San Francisco. They had a site. We were doing phenomenally well. I made like a little mini series. I was helping them out. We were doing GBP optimization. We were also doing the website, doing blog content. They were not happy. So from that point forward, I always got 100% okay before I showed something, even though the business is in business, even though the business has a website, even though the business advertises, they have Google Business Profile, their business phone number is public. Still, like some business owners, I just like to double check. So moving on. Hopefully I didn't spend too much time, and hopefully Jay Alberto, that helps you out. So let's keep rolling here. To clarify, and I have some good law firm client sites. When we launch Gray Hat SEO, when we launch new service done for you, when we launch everything new, I'll have a lot. I'm hoping to gather up some video testimonials. So here, let's keep it moving here. To clarify, we are number one in the main personal injury keyword for our area, but are 19 plus in all heat maps for all important related personal injury keywords, then 1 for 3 months or so. So you're number 1 for the main personal injury keyword, but 19 in all heat maps for all important related. So I see. So let's just say you are, if I have this correct, so you're ranking number 1 for personal injury attorney, but personal injury attorneys, personal injury lawyer, personal injury lawyers, personal accident lawyer, like those types of terms you're not hitting. You're just hitting the main term. Or are you saying, hey, I'm ranking for personal injury lawyer, but I'm not bringing in truck accident, car accident, medical mal? Is that correct? Just clarify there. Chris, I have a website which is almost 20 years old. After my VAs created new local area pages and entered to my website, almost 200 pages, sites got de-indexed. Is it possible? Is it possible to re-index them again? Absolutely. 1,000%. I would find those exact pages. What were the exact titles? You can check your server logs. You could also check, sometimes you can go and check your MySQL, like your database. But I would go and check your logs, check and see what the actual URL was called, and relaunch those pages based on URL. In order to jump the gun and just see what Google takes, grab those 200 pages, create the pages, so URL, slug, title, and H1, and just launch that. See which pages Google instantly indexes, and then follow through with the rest of the work. Anything that's left, get rid of, because I doubt it's going to take. All right. Anything that Google really liked, they'll bring right back. In most cases. All right. So that's a shortcut I told you. So it's up to you, just to see if, can I get it back? Because the last thing you want to do is create 200 new pages, 200 contents. If it's 1,000-word article or 2,000-word article, that's 2 pictures per 1 picture per 1,000 words, so 2 total. Like that would be 400 images, right? Like tens of thousands of words. You do not want to have to do work unless you have to, or unless you need to. So hopefully that helps you out. I shouldn't be telling people shortcuts. That's what I would do though. I'd grab those URLs, check the server log, check those pages. I'd launch the slug, title, H1, launch them, create the sitemap, see what Google instantly takes. Whatever they take, awesome. Anything else I wouldn't even bother with, and then launch the rest of the pages. Like put the content up, get the images, do the work, Melissa says, and hi, Melissa again. I bought 50 foundation links. Should I use those for the roofing site or the cat site? So I think at this point, I would go for the roofing website. And then within those particular sites, here's what I would do. I'd make sure that they're branded, right? So they're only talking about your brand. And then when you're linking to your website, pick your actual pages that you want to rank. For instance, let's just say that you're a roofing company. So let's say you're roofing in a particular city. Point to the roofing page. But then you also probably do metal roofing, tarping, uh, pitch roofs. You know your services. So homepage plus all pages that could potentially bring you money. All right. So hopefully that helps you out. Yeah, you want to take those 50 and point them everywhere, because I think in an ideal situation, you want to pump those full of other links, right? After today's mastermind, I really want to go back through. I'm going to test. Here's what we did. All right. I'm not sure if you were there during today's testing group, but we built out, it was a new list, at least that. We built out 100 Web 2.0s. Out of those 100 Web 2.0s, I think 27 or 37 indexed inside of Google's search results, right? As far as SEMrush was concerned, they didn't see them yet because it's only been a week. Now, what I want to do is I want to build that same list to 2 different niches and see if we get the same indexation rate. What I'm getting at here is, are the Web 2.0s indexing based on category, or is it site specific? Like if I build a WordPress, a Weebly, a Tumblr, will they always index, or is it based on category? So we're going to figure that out. And then once we figure that piece, we're going to start building new lists until I have a master list. So I hope that helps you. Too much information, Chris. Oh, all right. Anyway, but man, I saw that today and I was like, dang, I think we can do better. Also, too, I don't know if you saw the directory stuff. Yeah, directories are lackadaisy. I don't want to give away the farm, but well, this will be a private group. What we learned today was top shelf. Like let's just say Brown Book, right? I think, or Brookstone. Is that what they're called? Brookfield. In any case, it's a top directory. What we're noticing is these smaller type directories or niche directories will have proper optimization within their actual directory listing pages, such as H1s, H2s, H3s, titles, meta descriptions, where the other larger ones where you would think, hey, this will be taken care of, they had no optimization. The title said the brand name, but there was not even a meta description written. On top of that, there was no H tags, 0. So no wonder why it won't index. No wonder why it won't get seen. So yeah, directory is very interesting. But Hitalib says the article after deleting the video will be in same objective of deleted live, like streaming the Mike Tyson Friday fight. Then keep only the article about the resume or resume. Thank you, Mr. Chris. It's my pleasure. Alberto says thank you. Well, thank you. And I want to make us a quick video here. All right. Now I was helping a young lady out, and I did ask her. I don't think she minds if I show this. So she's in Naperville, and I want to make a video about this. Naperville. All right. Now, oh, she's not going to write there. So Naperville, and then she is doing. Well, here, maybe I'm not sure about the topics. You know, the other day I created a video and it was related to this type of thing, and it got I don't know if it was demonetized, but something I was showcasing, it was just business stuff. Like I didn't curse. I never do. But it got demonetized, or it was limited. That's what it was. It was a yellow symbol and it said limited. Now, I don't know if it's because I was talking about like a medical thing or what. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this out just so I could explain this. We're going to make a video together. So here, let me just show you guys this. LEV. Yep, here she is. Okay. Very nice lady. I spoke to her a couple times. Oh, she's starting to fix it already. Okay, so she's moving quick. Oh, no, she still has it. Okay. And I talked to the same thing. I had a treatment center. I can't show the treatment center, but I'm pretty sure I could show this. All right. Here, we can just make it about this. All right. All right. So let's go over here. I just want to point this out. We're going to make this video style. We'll make a video together. Um, but hopefully this helps you out. I don't know what Hazer wants. Oh, I already started setting this up. Cool. Good. I must have had the idea last night. So in any case, we can do it here. Let's go here and then look at that. Ready? .org. Let me take care of Hazer. I don't know what he wants. He probably wants a little snack. It's my buddy Hayes. All right. So, whoopsie. All right. All right. So now I remember these down in here. All right. So I guess we could take it from the top, or I could make it individual. I'll just record and make it individual. How's that sound? Oh, actually, duh, I'm streaming. Here, this will be really helpful. And it's already on. Excellent. So if you have any questions, throw them in. I'm just going to cover something. It was going to be a separate video, but since the questions are slow, we're going to talk about this now. All right. So give me 1 second. Let me see what Hazer Pup wants. He probably just wants like a drink, or I have the door shut. He hates when I shut the door on him. So give me 1 second. All right. So, and then here on top of this, I'll also show you. I'll get keyword. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make like another video. It's gonna be I guess the tip of the day, but it will also be a video. If you have questions, go ahead and throw them in. But here, keyword planner in Google. I'll need this to help explain. All right. Just give me a moment. Go to the keyword planner. Yeah. We'll see if this goes in. Now I think, let me see here. So here, let's do, let's see if it gives it to me. Do I have to sign in, or what? What's the deal here? Is this the we'll go to budgets, account. Is this the one I should be able to show it inside of here. Keyword planner. Select an account. Sure. 566. Very interesting. Here, let's refresh. I don't understand why it's not letting me in. Very interesting. Here, let's go from here. Here, then go to tools, keyword planner. All right. All right. And then plans, plan shared with me, create a plan. We just want to go here. Okie dokie. Here, we can get search volumes here. All right. So here, let's just do laser, just so I could show you something. Give me 1 second. I'm setting up for a video. Again, ask any questions that you might have. I'll be happy to help. This video is going to be targeting around keyword research and setting your business up for success as a small business owner. All right. So, all right. Perfect. So let's, there's a couple key points I want to talk about, but we'll go ahead and get into it here. I guess this is a good section to start with. All right, this is perfectly fine. So, hello and good day. My name is Chris Palmer with chrispalmer.org. In today's small business keyword research video, what I'd love to share with you is a way to do some it's almost pre-keyword research. So what I want to cover in today's video is a way that you can double check not only inside of tools for your service plus location keywords, but on top of that, you can analyze your competition if you have the tools. So what I'll cover right now is I'll walk through. I just want to show you this. Here, let me show you this. So I talked to this young lady a few days back. All right. And what this young lady does is she has multiple services. So when you take a look here, you can see that she's doing the facials, laser hair removal, CO2, microneedling, chemical peels, brows and lashes, right? On top of that, when you come down in here, you can see that she also has this internal linking here, right? Now, everything is pointing to laser hair removal. Now, when you utilize a tool, all right, and the tool that I'm utilizing here is Keywords Everywhere. It's pulling in Google's data, right, from the Google Keyword Planner API, I believe, plus clickstream data. Now, with that being said, this is an inexpensive tool. I'm not promoting it, but it's cheap and it's fast. I'll also show you a free way to do this too. But what I'm getting at here is you need to first identify, is there people in your area looking for the services that you provide? Yes or no? Right? And how you simply do that is you come inside of here if you're using this tool, United States, and we're going to search for laser hair removal, right? And then they're in Naperville, all right? Naperville is in Illinois, I believe, all right? So we're taking a look at search volume, cost per click as well. Cost per click is a good indication to showcase commercial intent. If you have a high CPC value, there's a high probability that if you rank there, not just ads, but if I rank, I have a high chance of converting. All right. And as you can see here, there's 480 people looking for this per month, plus it's a $13 keyword. Now, when I look down at the bottom, I can see that there's multiple other areas. Now, something that I want to cover with you is before you take the time to build out all the pages, there's two things that you need to do. One is you need to see if I have a main page for Naperville, is my Naperville page going to compete with my Plainfield page? So what you do, all you have to do is take a look at both results. So let me walk you through this. First and foremost, we want to take a look at the primary key term or service, okay, plus this, all right? And then you just go and take a look at the same exact term, but then you change the location. Now, why are we doing this? Because we do not want to compete with ourselves, nor do work if we do not have to. So first we're identifying, is there traffic? Check. On top of that, then we're checking to see, hey, if I have my main page because my business is in Naperville, if I create surrounding location pages, am I going to compete with myself or am I targeting a separate market? So here's what you do. You just type this in. Another area is Plainville. All right. I believe it was Plainville. Let's double check. All right. So let's just take a look here. Yeah. Oh, Plainfield. My mistake. ELD. All right. So we're taking a look at Plainfield, and then we look at these results. So we can see here SEV Laser, Naperville. Services, laser hair removal. This is Naperville. Oak, right? So we can see the page. Naper, smooth. So SEV Blue Oak. All right. Then we take a look at this SERP. Up Park. We have a new player. On top of having a new player, we have a different page. Directory's in place, and it's targeting Plainfield. Different player, different place. Then we have different player, different place. What does this tell us? Yes, it's going to be a great idea to target Plainfield if there's actual traffic. See, as you can see here, the difference between this key term and the other key term is that there is no traffic here. I don't see a CPC value, and I do not see traffic. Now, with that being said, it doesn't mean that there isn't any. So if you have the ability to have a third-party tool, all right, the third-party tool that I really like to use because I'm a big fan of high value, low cost. In my opinion, SEMrush has exactly that. All right. So what you can do, all right, to double verify, is it zero? Is you can take a look at SEMrush. Now, if creating a piece of content is not that difficult for you, or if running advertising, Google Ads is in the budget for you, another great way to test this out is to create your landing page, your location landing page, and run some click data to it, right? Run a few dollars to the page and see what type of traffic am I getting? Is it converting? Is it tire kickers? Is it worth my while? For a few dollars, you can really get to those answers very quickly with advertising. With that being said, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and take this we're going to take this tool, SEMrush, and we're going to take a look at the top performer. Because remember, our tools are saying that there's zero volume. All right. Now, before I jump ahead and show you a way to double verify if this is worth targeting or not with a third-party tool, let me show you a free option for going ahead and checking for traffic. Now, with this being said, this is ads traffic because that's what we're checking, Google's Keyword Planner. Now, you will need to create an account, but it's a free way to go and take a look at this data. You know how I was using keywords everywhere, right? It's $10 a year. It's cheap. It's fast. It pulls in this data. It's $10. It's a paid way. It's an extension. But if you want to do it free, you can come into Keyword Planner after creating an account, and you can come inside of here and you can actually add a keyword like this. So I could type in such as, and then I could put in, all right, now I'm able to take a look at this one more time or a different view. Okay, so here we're going to put this inside of here and we're going to save and we're going to see what Google has to say. So when I take a look at this for Plainfield, okay, compare the monthly volume with the same month previous year. So, okay, so it's looking like as far as Google is concerned, right, inside of the Keyword Planner, there is some activity here. There is some bids. The bids are actually higher. On top of that, there is some traffic. It's actually medium. It's not as competitive. It's not as worth your while as Naperville in this case. But hey, it looks like there is some data. There is some feedback, right? There's some traffic here. It can be worth our, depending on what you're paying for a page or optimization or how hard it is for you. This might be a great opportunity. How do we know this? Because when we take a look here, I'm not competing with my main page, right? My main location. On top of that, it's a service I provide in another location that's not competing. On top of that, yes, the Chrome extension said there's no volume here. But when I go in the Keyword Planner, it says, hey, there is a trickle here. It's medium competition. There's some CPC value. There's some volume here. Now, the last way, and it is a paid option, right? But the last way to double verify if something's worth targeting is just like this. And the reason why I'm showing all of this to you is because, like I mentioned, I was speaking to this young lady here who owns this site. She just started it, I believe. She created all these pages, but she didn't do the due diligence before creating them, right? Like, she didn't double check and see if she's competing with herself. She didn't check and see if there was traffic. She didn't check and see if there was people actually looking for the service in that area. Now, luckily, this particular service there is, but I'm showing you the process. Now, here's another way to double verify, hey, should I target this key term? The best way to do this is by looking at the leading competition who is in the spot that you need to be in, or that you deserve to be in, or you should be in, right? So here's how we do this. We take a look at the top performer, all right? Now, the top performer, there's all different estimates, but they get, let's just say 40% of the overall clicks. All SERPs are different, markets are different. That changes, don't hold me to that. With that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to take the top performer, the page that's ranking, and we're going to bring them into a third-party tool, in this case, SEMrush. Now, when we bring them in, we're going to go ahead and bring them up here. Whoops. I was already on it. We'll go to organic research. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and type in the page that's ranking, and we're going to see which traffic or what traffic is actually going to that page. Remember, they're ranking number one. Now, if they're ranking number one, they've probably been there for a considerable amount of time. Knocking off the first player can be difficult. So even though I'm only showing you the first player, it might be in your best interest to look at other players as well to get a better idea of what traffic you could expect to receive. All right. So when we take a look at this, remember the primary key term or service key term, it was laser hair removal playing field. So we're going to take a look at their key terms. I like to sort by traffic percentage. All right, which it's already pre-sorted. And then we take a look down the list. All right, so we can see here quite clearly that the primary is going to be for their name. This is very typical for a local business. And then as we take a look here, we can see that, oh, Edison's on the list, 6% of their traffic. Edison, 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 and there it is, but that's NJ. Okay, I'm looking for IL. All right, so does Google think I'm somewhere else? They do, and look at that, one change. Hey, that's why we're doing research, right? Look at this, IL, and look at it's showing this, and CPC, which is different than Keyword Planner, but I was able to show you everything. This looks like a winner to me, all right? I didn't notice the New Jersey at first, but that's why we research. Let's move on, all right? We've covered Keyword Planner. I've covered a way to double check and verify, hey, is it actually worth it? What we're looking for is let's say that, hey, I recognize the New Jersey because I'm close to New Jersey. I'm in PA. This is Illinois is the business we're looking at, by the way. But with that being said, let's say that this was actually the proper one. All right. When I came in here, I could see that 1.59% of their overall traffic is coming in for that specific keyword. So I would just have to make the calculation. Hey, does it make sense? Does it make sense for me to create the page, optimize the page, upload the page, create the images for the page, maybe a video for the page, right? Like, does it make sense for me, right? Should I run some ads to this page? So we're going to minus 2% here. 26 visits per month. So that's going to be 26 times 12, right? 312. Average conversion rate is what? 6%. So 312 minus 6%, 18. 18 potential new customers by the end of the year. Potentially. Is it worth it to create a page? In most cases, yes. Yes, it is, right? Like, go for it. So with that being said, I've shown you how to double verify. Hey, if I get in the first spot, second spot, third spot, go and look at the competition. See what I could potentially get with a third-party tool called SEMrush. The other thing that I showcased to you was a way to get a second opinion if you're not using a extension like myself called it's called Keywords Everywhere. There's a lot of tools that work this way. If you want a free option, Surfer SEO, it's called Keyword Surfer, has a free option that does almost the same thing. a lot of ads and stuff going on. It's called Surfer, Keyword Surfer. And I'm sure there's other options as well, but these are the two that I know of. I just pay the $10. It works. I like it. I'm not promoting it. I just like it, right? It's been around forever. It's a good little tool. With that said, Keyword Planner, had to double check with the third-party tool. On top of that, I want to point this out too. I also walked through how to know if I'm competing with myself. Now let's talk about the next segment of this chat here. The next segment that I covered with the business owner was, you see how she has her service area, and it's all based on hair removal, right? In this particular case. Now, if you come up to the very top, you quickly realize that she does brows, lips, this is permanent makeup, eyes, scalp, permanent makeup process, pre and after care, right? She offers these services. Technically speaking, if we offer this service, we want to do what we did down here for each and every thing. Now, with that being said, that's a daunting process. That's a lot of work, time, energy, dollars, right? So we want to make sure, are there people looking for this service in the areas that I provide them? And this is something I pointed out to her. I told her, how I always speak with clients is, well, where's the dollars for you? What makes sense for you? This is your digital business card, right? So we only want to target services in areas that people are actually going to interact with me and I can help, right? That's the purpose of your website, for you to do business. So when we started taking a look at this here, there's 2, 4, 6, 7 different things under permanent makeup, but let's go and take a look. So permanent makeup, probably spelled it wrong, but that's okay. Google has my back. In Naperville, right? And it's Naperville, IL, just in case. We're not in New Jersey. When we take a look at permanent makeup, there's 30 visits per month. It's almost $1 keyword, right? And this is in the largest area. This is where our business is located. Like I mentioned to her, you need to make the decision, is this traffic potential worth it? So what we want to do is we want to take a look at the process that I showed you. If you have access to a third-party tool, it makes it a lot easier. There are free options to do this type of research. I believe Wordsy, and I believe there is free ways to do some research with SEMrush, Ahrefs, Moz, right? They give you so many credits per day. But with that being said, let's take a look at this. All right, this is the page that's ranking. Is it getting any traffic, right? If I'm in the spot that my competition is in, like what I'm working towards, what can I possibly get? Is it worth my effort? So we can see here that they're ranking for 10 keywords. This is the page that's ranking. As far as traffic is concerned, wait a minute. We're ranking number 1. It says there's 30 visits per month, but I'm not getting anything here, right? There's tattoo. There's secondary terms here. These are other terms, but I don't see my permanent makeup, right? I see the brows and I see other terms that we're going to look up, but I don't see the specific thing that I'm looking for. In fact, there's no traffic at all for it. So is this going to be the best use of my dollars or my energy? No, right? So we're going through services that we provide in the areas that we provide them. We want to look at our main service and then check other locations and make sure that Google's not showing the same result. If we need a double validation before we lay down our time and our money, we want to make sure in a third-party tool, hey, if I reach top spot, what do I look to get, right? Go and look at who's there now, because that's the spot you want to get to. So this is what I did with her. All right. So I went through these one by one, and they were all no's or 30 or less until we got to facials, right? And then there was facials in Naperville, right? IL. Okay. So facials had, I think it was facials. Yep, facials. 590 searches per month, right? 530 per month. That's opportunity. Now, when I take a look here, we go over to Plainfield, right? And that is IL. Is there opportunity here? No, there is not. All right, let's take a look here. No, there is not, but there is in my main location. Plus, I have 16 other potential chances that we need to look up. We're looking for traffic potential. Is it worth even going for? And then we double verify inside of SEMrush to see, hey, what's the top guy have or gal, right? Top business. The next thing too is this. What we identified out of the services that she provides, we had a sleeper, right? We had one that, low competition, because I didn't even get into the backlinks, right? Like laser hair removal and these other services like facials. Yes. Hey, there's traffic. But when I look at the leading competition, they have 4,000 and 3,000 referring domains. Now, what we identified together going through service plus location was this. Eyelash extensions, Naperville, right? So when I take a look at eyelash extensions, this is one of the services that we provide. I noticed that there's 210 searches per month. It's almost a $2 keyword. And then on top of that, I believe there was 1 or 2 spots that I had a potential chance of getting to. What I mean by this is when I analyze the competition for backlink analysis, I could see that, hey, not only have they only been here for a year or less, on top of that, some of the players have only just a few referring domains. So I have traffic, right? It's in the areas I provide it. I have a potential chance because the websites aren't older than mine. This is a win-win right here, right? So what we want to do here, and what I can't stress this enough, is you go through each of your services in the areas you provide them, you double verify. After you're done here, and what her and I spoke about was at the end of the day, there's 3 things here that have traffic in the areas that you provide them. Facials, right? You have your eyelash extensions and your hair removal. You're not competing with yourself by targeting these locations. They all have traffic. They all have CPC. They're good keywords with high potential chance and medium to low competition. So all we want to do then is we need to convey to Google. We need to become synonymous with the services. For instance, let me show you a clear case using the same example of being synonymous with the service you provide. Take a look at this. So if I look up, here, let me show you something. This is what I mean. All right. Take a look at this. If you look up hair removal in Naperville, right? Take a look at this. So there's a brand here. All right. I don't know who this brand is. This is just for educational purposes only. If you have any questions or if there's something with the video, please contact me. I'll be happy to work with you. But with that being said, take a look at this particular player here. SEV Laser. Perfect, clear indicator of brand being synonymous with service, right? Take a look at this. When we take a look at traffic, okay, I want to show you something. Take a look at this, right? Their main key term is not their brand, right? It's laser hair removal. It's their primary term, 60%. But take a look at a lot of their other traffic. We have SEV Laser, Naperville Spa, SEV Laser, right? There's people literally searching or associating the SEV brand to the services they provide and searching from the locations that they provide them. This is what you're after. We need our potential customers and past customers and new customers searching for our services, appending our brand to them. Like our brand is synonymous with this service. This is exactly what I mean by that, right? Like we're ranking for the head term, but I have people coming in from all over, appending my name to a service. Perfect. This is key. This right here is an authority player in this particular space in this market, right? Like they're going to be hard to knock off. And then if on top of that, they have it backed up with a boatload of referring domains, you have some work on your hands, right? But I digress. All right. So we talked about going through the services, double checking, triple verifying. We talked about keyword research in the keyword planner. If you don't have a tool, or perhaps you don't have the budget, or you already know how to use this. Aside from that, we were talking about the website and conveying to users and Google, and of course ourselves, we're the experts at what? We only want to be the experts at the services that we provide that people are actually looking for in the areas that they're looking for them in, right? So let's go back to our example here. When we look at this example here, we know that hair removal, right? Facials and the eyelash extensions are high margin, right? People are looking for them. And if I hit all my areas, I'm not competing with myself. On top of that, the competition isn't that fierce in most cases. It's medium to low competition. So with that being said, when I have my brand here, Lavore, up here in the very top, site wide, what's Lavore do? Eyelashes, right? We do eyelashes, we do hair removal, and we do facials. So those are the three drop downs, not service, right? There's no reason that there's a button here that goes to a page called service. What do? Facial, hair removal, and we also do eyelashes. The drop down is the locations that we do them in. Now, sometimes I get pushback from business owners, hey, that looks spammy, but they have a thing called mega menu. You can make it look fancy. Also, you can hide that menu, all right? But the goal here is internal links. The way you convey to a robot that something is important, right, is by internally linking to it. That's telling Google, hey, this is important, says the user. Another way to tell Google that something's important is by getting links from externally in. Back to this. So I only have three things because we're experts at these three things in these areas. So it would say facial, eyelash, hair removal. Down bottom, right? Now you need all this information, right? Like you need two modes of contact information, email forms, phone numbers, right? All that stuff, terms, policy, cookies, compliancy policies, all that stuff. But see how it says service area, contact, main menu? Contact one is good, right? But what this should be is, what do? Well, we do, this says service area, but what is this for? This is hair removal. Areas we offer hair removal. Hair removal nearby is probably the best. Nearby and near me are huge terms for every business. So why not hair removal nearby? Do your list. Eyelash extensions nearby, do your list. Or near me if you're feeling brave. But now I have head and foot, right? I'm internally linked site-wide. This is what we do, and this is the areas we provide them in. On top of that, another piece of optimization to convey this even more to Google and to the users, right? Identify the couple of things that are super close to each other, category specific, right? Eyelashes, hair removal, brows, right? Like, what do? On top of that, when you're over here on your Google business profile, right? I need to reiterate, I need to reconvey that message to users and to Google, right? Because remember, traffic is the lifeblood of your asset. The traffic and the clicks that Google sends you and that you receive, that's what your site's about. If you have 9 trillion things on your site, right? And I'm getting traffic for nothing, or the traffic I'm getting is just a trickle, and it's stuff that can't convert because nobody's looking for it. There's no CPC, there's no value. Maybe I'm getting something, but it's not as valuable as having a particular service in an area that there's people looking, right? Traffic is what your site's about. If I'm going to get traffic, or if I'm going to target something, only target things that can potentially help your end user and make you dollars, right? So when you're over here on your Google business profile, again, we want to reiterate this. Let's go over to this business owner. Let me tell you exactly what I mean by this. So when we're talking about a Google business profile, the first step, like there's a million tricks, but at the end of the day, I still need to have the words on page. So when we take a look at this, we're getting reviews. We're doing a good job, right? When I see this, I think to myself, perfect. Doing a great job in the community. People know who she is, right? 44 people, that's a lot. So when we take a look at this, we're looking for the primary category, not dilute. When I looked at this with her, I noticed that she had 9 million things in here. Let's see if she fixed it. She did. She had 5 or 4 different categories. You cannot be the expert of more than one thing. So you grab the broadest key term that actually shows up for the things that you provide. What do I mean by this? So if I search for hair removal in Naperville, do the top performers that rank, do they have medical spa as a primary or a secondary category? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then medical spa works great for hair removal. Next, we do eyelash extensions. So you type that in, eyelash extensions Naperville. Do the top performers in Naperville for eyelash extensions, do they have medical spa? Yes, they do. Great. That works for that then. Then you do the next term, right? You're looking at top performers, whether it's primary or secondary. Does this category encompass all that I do? Wonderful. That's our category then. The next element is what is called the service section. Now, I can't see it here, but your services are literally a mirror of your website. So when I have A tags on my page, right? These are A tags. What's it say? It says eyelashes, hair removal, and hair removal, eyelashes. You know what it is, right? It's up at the top, it's at the bottom. I'm internally linked all over. Those are the 3 services I provide in my Google Business profile. When we start taking a look at the product section, there should be a product section depending on the category you choose. There's products and there's categories. The 3 categories, I have 3 categories: eyelashes, facials, and hair removal. The products are service plus location, and I point to the page. You with me? All I'm iterating is here's who I am, here's what I do, and here's where I do it. Over and over again. Whether that's on my website, the content I get, the links that I get, the traffic I get, the reviews I get, what I optimize around is here's who I am, here's what I do, and here's where I do it. And that's it. Anything that isn't about that or supporting that, we don't do it. And that's my best advice. So maybe I went on a little bit of a rant there, but hopefully that helps you. That'll make a good vid. So here, let's take a look here. Melissa. The word LVV. Gucci 123. Hey, Chris, I'm having a very... Okay, great. So here, let's answer these questions here. So the next question here, and I hope that helps someone out. Covered keyword research, covered a few things. Let's keep moving on here. I have a little bit more time. So Daniel says, and thanks for the question, how do you write good local SEO service pages to be topically relevant? Any tools to help out with this? Do you just look at a bunch of competition? Do the common denominator, type of content? How do you write service pages that are good? This is a great question, right? So what's wonderful about Google is that it's a closed system, right? Google is showing us what they want to see. Now, what I run into a lot is this right here. I have better content. I have more links. The thing you can never rush, though, is page age. Oftentimes when I see that problem, it can be horrible content, barely any links, but they've been there for a decade. It's hard to beat page age. With that being said, Google is a closed system. It being a closed system, Google is showcasing what they would like to see. I'm able, with third-party tools, I'm able to see what terms need to be used. What's the word count? How many headers? How many headers are optimized? Do they have a video? Do they have an image, right? What kind of images? What kind of alt text? Unstructured list, structured list, right? And the list goes on. A tags that are optimized, headers that are optimized, entities that are on the page, right? People, places, things. How many entities are on the page? What's the density of the entities, right? What's the LSI terms? It's second nature for me because I do this every day. But if I had to point you in the direction of a tool, right, to get you on track, there's 2 that I would recommend. Either Quora, right? Quora is a phenomenal tool. It's not for the faint of heart. It's for the professional, right? We have it installed on, I think we have 2 installations now. But Quora, if you're a professional, if you have an agency or multiple sites, Quora is a great tool, right? Hands down, can't debate it, right? It's a measurement tool. It measures, it does math. Now, if you need something that's a lot more user friendly, easier to use, but still kicks back a decent result, right? In my opinion, I really like Page Optimizer, right? Calroof has a tool called Page Optimizer. It does the math for you. What's great about Pop is it has a user interface. It has an editor. Um, you're able to pull NLP entities out of it. Also, there is a connection that you can go and get. It's very easy to get. It's free. You can either use TextRaiser or you can use a Wikipedia API to pull entities. All right. These are free. This is what a lot of tools utilize. So I hope that helps you out. Entities, people, places, things. Another tool you can utilize for pulling entities, right, is SEMrush if you have a SEMrush account. So I really hope this helps you out. Um, and yeah, I mean, we do a manual account. Uh, we do a manual account. It really depends on the client. We're either using Quora. Some clients want a report, so we'll give them a pop report. Some projects I do it manually, not as much as I used to, but I still do it. In fact, I just recently did one manually. I made a training out of it for fun. I wanted to have some fun with it. So in order to teach people that, it's all about math, right? And understanding the count. So if you head out here to Google and you look for a GSA SER list or lists, and I've showed this before, it looks like 50 traffic. There should be higher than that. Oh, GSA is a global term. GSA is used by everyone, not just the United States. So with that being said, this being a international term, GSA, if I search in Canada, it still shows the same results. When we take a look at this list here, we're pushed at number 5. We help people with lists, but what I was getting at here was when you look at a page and you understand, we're looking at H tags, right? Like, look at this, isn't the fastest site. There's frames in here. It's bulky. The images aren't compressed on purpose. This page was built to showcase the math and show you that, hey, and I didn't get it perfect. I'm number 5. There's still other factors at play. Those factors are, this GSA SER list, this site here has been here 6-7 years, right? Black Hat World, it's a staple in the community, right? At least in my world. On top of that, this site jumps around, but they have an exact match, right? I'm not sure who this is. This is relatively new, but with that said, top 5 positions, the math is right. If you take a look at this, it's just the right words, the right amount of times in the right places. In my opinion, I was able to get the other math right as far as elements within the page. On top of that, there's other math going on when you're looking at a page. But to answer your question, I hope I've answered it in depth. You're really taking a look at what Google wants and then crafting your page. Is your page there to answer a question? Is it there to offer a product? If you're selling, then we have calls to action up towards the top. People aren't going to read what's below. If the page is there to inform, then you really need to take your time, but I still need to get the math right. Now, I need to say, though, Google can't read per se, right? They're not reading like you and I. They read an entirely different way, right? When you tokenize content, it's all jumbled, right? So how could they possibly read? So I'm not an AI specialist, but I can count. All right. So hopefully that helps you out. And that's my best for that. Jonathan says, is there anything unique you recommend for a real estate broker SEO wise? I mean, we do a lot of work in the real estate space. I think if you're in the real estate space, I would really look at a specific market. And what I mean by market is a state. Pick a state, pick a section of the state, and be dominant. Like, you can really take a gamble. I think the days of going national are relatively hard. I even think taking over a state can be difficult. Now, and please don't point to like We Buy Houses or Ugly Houses and these types of sites. They've been here for, literally 11, 12, 20 years, 10 years, right? So when we start looking at new players or new players that are entering the market, they're generally state and or hyper focused on a region. So being focused, staying hyper optimized, yeah, that's where I would go. I'd look to build a brand. Um, I've tried it. We've tried it both ways. My partner and I, we've tried building like a home light type website where it's informational based. We've also tried high commercial intent. We've tried national. We've tried state. We've tried city. We've tried, just going after the small. Um, I think the best way to go about it is buy something that has the age and then start from there, right? If you can buy age, it's worth its weight in gold. So hopefully that helps you out. Melody says, "Hey Chris, I'm having a very annoying problem with my business. My impressions have 4x, but clicks are about the same. I'm ranking for a ton of irrelevant locations. How do I just target Canada?" So, all right. So you have a business. It sounds to me like you're getting a lot of impressions. So it's being visible a lot, but it's in a bunch of irrelevant locations. So I'm assuming that what you have on your site is blog or informational content. And this is why you're getting a lot of irrelevant traffic. But let's boil it down a little bit more. I hope that you have a domain that is hosted in Canada. I hope that you have the verbiage Canadian. I hope you're like, are you hosted in Canada? Do you have a .ca domain? Is your registrar there? Is your server there? Is your domain from there? Do you have backlinks from there? Is your content worded in a way from there? There is some things that will definitely help propel your business in Canada. Now, on another note, when we're talking about websites, it sounds to me though, bunch of impressions, bunch of irrelevant traffic. It sounds like info content. You probably have a bunch of blogs, a bunch of stuff that it looks good on the chart, but it doesn't help the business. And I run into this a lot. I'll get business owners in the door, right? It's hard to be able to help a business owner, right? It's hard to do business, right? You guys and gals know, right? Doing business is tough. So you finally get them to the door. Your only aim is to help. One of the first things we're looking to do is alleviate, if we have a service business, I want service-based traffic. See, what I know from experience and time and hard lessons is that the traffic that Google sends me, that's what Google thinks the site's about. So if Google's only sending me informational traffic, what tends to happen is when I launch high commercial intent pages, they slack. But every time I launch a blog, it goes. So then I keep finding myself in that cycle of producing more and more blog content because I'm getting rewarded, or at least I think I am. So one of the first things we want to do is we alleviate any type of informational content that's not getting a boatload of clicks or doesn't directly support the services that we provide. The next piece is we want to restructure and get the structure proper as long as the pages aren't too old. So when we restructure and alleviate content that doesn't serve its purpose, like doesn't support a sale, doesn't support a service, it's getting, to me, irrelevant traffic. Like if I have a business in Florida and I'm getting traffic, 200 visitors from California, the probability of them coming in for a trans or an oil change is zero, right? Like I don't need to teach them about the check engine light. It doesn't, So, I run into that a lot with business owners. They'll see their traffic go like this, but really when I'm looking, when I go inside and do a regex inside their search console and I take away brand and I take away informational query terms, we notice that the high commercial intent key terms are going up. Yes, it's a more gradual climb, but the traffic and the clicks that we're receiving are customers that have a higher probability of converting. So, yes. It'll be hard in the short term, I guess is what I'm getting at. All right. But make that move, get away from the informational content, go for high commercial intent. You'll do a lot better. All right. So Gucci, 1, 2, 3, what do you mean by competence with yourself? I'm not sure what you're referring to exactly. Um, Not competence. Um, I think you're being transparent with the business owners, with yourself, with Google. Because I think you're referring back to when we were talking about the Google Business Profile. When we're setting up the Google Business Profile services, the business, the website, everything's mirroring one another. Everything is working with one another. The reviews are targeting service plus location. The traffic is service location. The pages are service location. The directories, citations, the PR, the guest posts, the backlinks, the edits, the comments, the mentions, the paid traffic, the maps, right? It's service location, service location, service location. That's it, right? It's only time. As long as the budget doesn't run out and as long as your mind doesn't play tricks on you and you're patient, it's only time before you reach the top. Like, take a look at another really good example of this is WordStream. Like, think a few years back, they were cranking out all this content like they were new. So I remember watching them come up. But anyway, doesn't matter. Melissa, wow, Melissa, thank you for that donation. I truly appreciate that. Video game controller evolves into a muscled version of itself under the word LVL. Okay. If it would benefit you and you don't already have one, maybe make a video explaining how the outbound blog links can have a negative effect. Okay. Yes. Well, I guess it's not necessarily a negative effect, but anytime you have a external link pointing out, I am essentially giving a sliver of PageRank to the other user. I'm giving away equity. Now, as a double whammy, because how the web works is with links, right? That's how Google gets from one site to the next. Now, they probably have everything indexed that they want now, right? So, but still, at the end of the day, that's how it works. So you really only want to be linking. If you're going to link, it's okay to link to stuff, but it has to be hyper relevant, right? Reciprocal link or just very, very relevant. Okay. So it's not that it's a complete negative, but I'm giving away PageRank. So that can be a problem. So DBO says, hey, N Digital Marketing Agency UK London Extra Service. What website link should I put in GMB's homepage? So in the homepage, if this particular business, so DBO says, sorry, Lead Generation Agency UK, Shinify. My guy, what's up, Chase? It's great to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. Is that Chase Reiner? It is. Alan. Hey, they're just having their own chat together. That's nice. Chet, good to see you. Chase, good to see you. DBO. So DBO is asking, sorry, Lead Generation Agency, UK, London, extra service instead of digital marketing from previous message. So you are asking right now, sorry, Lead Generation Agency, UK. I don't know if UK is the only bit or London's the only place you target. I don't know where your business is located, but oftentimes, 99.9% of the time, unless I have multiple offices, GBPs that is, verified, validated entities, we want to build that GBP to the homepage. The homepage is going to be branded, right? And the brand signifies the services that we provide in the areas we provide them. We are X brand, we do these things, and we do them in London here, right? Now, if you have multiple verified listings, more than two, right? If you have more than two, what I would highly recommend is what is your top level page that is going to consolidate the services that you provide, and then I'll build that GBP to that top level page. For instance, digital marketing is everything. If you go look at Thrive Agency, a huge marketing agency, right? They rank in almost every SERP. What they have done is their lead pages, what they link site-wide everywhere, is digital marketing. Digital marketing is their hub page for everything, the PPC, the content, everything, right? That's their top level page. So let's just say, for instance, that was you. So you have your website.com/digital marketing location. And then on that page, I link to all the other services that I provide in that location. Let's say it's London. I do SEO in London. I do content in London. I do this. I'd build it to that top level page. All right. But only if you have more than 2 locations. All right. It's ideal, though, to bring it to that homepage. Hopefully it helps you out. Chase, if you're still, did you see the remastered Warcraft 3? I'm glad you guys are. I love you guys. It's good to see you, Chase. Man, oh man. Yep. Chase is a good guy. Please don't skip my second question. What was your question, dude? Oh. And one more question. I've created location pages. Now, if I turn on Google Ads, the costs will be 3x. Well, you have ads when we're looking at LTV, okay? At the end of the day, oftentimes when I'm working with business owners, because we just started offering this as a service, the setup, and I've had the opportunity to manage and watch and see a lot more accounts, right? And definitely my own. With that being said, what I've noticed is business owners are under the impression that there's an immediate ROI. And oftentimes I have not found that. Yes, there is going to be a trickle of ROI, usually, and hopefully it's enough to keep the ads going complimentary. But oftentimes you're going to spend money and it's all about the lifetime value of that customer. Like overall, right? What did it cost for me to acquire them? And how long did they stay a customer with me, right? That's what it's all about. It's not about this month, this week, what did I get now? It is. But really it's, hey, I was able to acquire the customer for a relatively low cost. And that customer overall generally spends $5,000 in the course of a year. I acquired them for $40. And I know that on average, they spend about $5,000. That's an ad well done. So what I'm getting at here is building ads. It's the cost of doing business, right? Acquiring customers times 3. Like think about that. Think about that from that perspective. You're acquiring customers at a times 3 rate. That's not a complaint. That's a congratulations, right? So, and if you're not in position to run ads at times 3 rate, then only run them to individual landing pages then. Only run for specific key terms. All right. So hopefully that helps you out. So, hey, Mark, just responding. All of my blog content in Vancouver. Okay. All right. So I think we did this. Okay. So, hey, Mark, just responding to my question above. All of my blog content in Vancouver specific. All of the content is Vancouver specific. It's also not the content that is getting the impressions. Okay. Excellent. It is all my service pages and home pages for some reason showing up in random locales. It's really weird and I don't want the CTR hurting my rankings. Do you think it could just fix as Google? Mark? Are we talking to each other? My name is Chris, by the way, but that's okay. In any case, your blog content's Vancouver. It's not the content that's getting the impressions. Okay, my service page and home pages for some reason is showing up in random. It's really weird and I don't want the CTR hurting my rankings. Do you think that could fix as Google crawls? It's very hard for me to say without taking a look at. I don't want to, getting impressions and getting clicks, like, yes, it's, if they're not coming from where you want them to and they're not converting, it's not the best situation. However, you're being rewarded. Google could be testing you. I don't know what data you're looking at. There could be any number of reasons. So what I would do, and right now there's a big update going on. I think I would just hang tight. Don't make any rash decisions. Don't make any big changes. Whatever you're doing, sit tight. If in 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now, if there's still a problem, then maybe reanalyze and take a look. But don't jump the gun. Don't start making changes. If Google's testing you, they're testing you. Just take it easy. All right. So hopefully it helps you out. And I would not be overly concerned that there's people coming in from odd place. Like, don't be concerned with that. All right. So Sue says, I have a service area page with multiple towns. If I use your strategy of link building the map from that area to my location, can I add multiple maps to one page, or should I just choose the largest city? Thank you so much for your content. It's always very helpful. Okay, so let me just understand this quickly. So you have a service area page with multiple towns within it. So if you're utilizing my strategy of linking the map from that area to my location, can I add multiple maps to that one page? Okay. It's not an ideal situation. So in this particular case, Sue, what I would recommend, if the SERP is calling for it, most local businesses, the competition has an embed. When we have multi-locations, right, and we have one service, multiple locations, and we're talking about this within a page for whatever reason, what I would recommend going and getting is the directional map. This way, the map that's being showcased to the actual user is the map of where they are to the location. And I think that would be the best for that particular page for this question here. All right. Thank you so much. Yep. And it's my pleasure to help. Sorry for the confusion, and thank you for answering anyways. I meant there's recruit and lead gen in different countries and cities. They're so different, so I don't know what to link GMB to. And I don't even recall. I don't recall what you were asking. This particular instance here. Oh my gosh. I thought that was you, Hazy. Silly. Sorry about that. I brought my dog. If you've been with me for any period of time, you know my house is literally across the street. My office is across from my house, right? I bring the pup with me. So he's old. It sounded like he was up to no good, but that's not the case. It was just me. He just dumped over a jug of water. I fixed it. Sorry for the confusion. Okay. Do you have any other questions, anyone? So you have a recruitment page in different countries and different cities. Okay, but you only have one GBP. Is that right? You have one Google Maps listing, but you have multiple things that you do in multiple countries and areas. In that case, if you only have one GBP, you might do those things, and the site might convey that you do those things in those countries and those areas. You might have hreflang, and you might convey that well. But if you have a Google business profile in multiple countries, that's not the best utilization of that GBP. Sometimes you can target statewide or even countrywide, but to jump countries, I think it just will never show. So I hope that helps you out, and I hope that we got to the root of that question. All right. And then Yeah, we uh so we're redoing. I have a question for you. Since I think I saw there's 20 people here. Out of the people that are here, right? We always do bulk and white label, right? And I always want to do that bulk, white label, and agency stuff. But what I really notice is that business owners, like, yeah, they like to listen, they like to learn, they want to know enough to know what's going on, but they don't want to make all the changes and do all the work. With that being said, um, what do you think is a fair entry price point that won't have all of the, like, I don't want, how can I put this? I don't want the, I know I don't want $100 or $200 client, but do you think that the $500, right? And it's still deliverable based just in the monthly package. Do you think that's too low? Or do you think that's too high? Should I go lower? Do you think I should start at $1,000? What do you think is too high or too low? You just put it in the chat. Um, to be quite frank with you, I was looking at multiple levels, uh, and here we can even talk about this. All right, I think pricing and packages are relatively fun. Everyone really enjoyed. I made a pricing video, which I've been doing pricing like that forever, uh, regardless of if it was forward facing or not. Right, like regardless if I was doing monthly, regardless if I'm doing performance based. If it's performance based, I just charge more for the time. If it's deliverable based and I'm on a time schedule, I charge more for the time for speed, right? Um, so here, they thought it was interesting, but it's always been broken down by cost of service plus time equals cost, right? And then there's modifiers to cost, which are how fast do you want it? What's the quality, right? There's different modifiers. So in any case, here I'll show you what we are working on now. Let me see if it's in this one. And I'm just starting to look at this. All right. Recent. Was I doing it in a different browser? Oh man. Oh, get rid of that. Uh Newspaper schema, EDUs, directories, old listings, web 2. Huh. I must have moved it. Or was I working on it in a different account? So strange. Dude, I had a new price sheet that I've been working on. What the heck? Where the heck did I put it? Oh, man. I can't believe this. Oh, you know what? Did I put it in here? Mm-hmm. Aha. Okay. So, I'm thinking I don't want to have too much cooking, right? But I still want to have the opportunity to offer the highest value for the lowest cost. So, pretty much another piece that I learned, if you're thinking about owning an agency or having an agency, right? And I've done it all levels, right? So done with you, done for you. I've done managed. I do monthly. I've done performance. I've done services, one-off, productized, right? I've done all of it, right? The one-off and the agencies are great, but I love deliverable based, performance based SEO. All right. With that being said, performance-based SEO, that's value first, right? So that means to me, like, I'm not going to take a guest post that are wholesaling like DR25s, and I'm not going to charge somebody $200. I just can't do it. However, I noticed that what SEO guys and gals, how we talk about things, sites with traffic, sites without traffic, homepage links, non-homepage links, guest posts, mentions, right? Niche edits, right? Um, people, business owners don't look at stuff like that. So it has to be simple and broken down in a way that is understood. For instance, they know that they get 10 quality links each and every month, right? So I'm just breaking down, um, well, what do? We do blog, we do guest posts, we do homepage links, we do monthly, right? Um, for instance, here, I'll just put something up. So let's just say we're doing our Google Maps, right? Now, this is something that we do currently, but we break it down into individual pieces depending on the agency we're working with or the client we're working with. So when we're doing management, let's say that this is our base service, right? We do basic optimization, right? Post or image creation. So we have to create the post. We upload the posts, right? You have to, on top of that, optimize, take care of the posting. You need to bi-weekly grid reporting, right? So they want to see a report. Some clients even want to see it every week, but I think bi-weekly is perfectly fine because at the second week mark, we like to make an adjustment. Depending on the market, if it's high competition, we'll do it every week. Every 5 days, we do a check, right? So I think this is wildly dependent upon market, right? So we do the grid reporting. It's optimization, image creation, post scheduling. And this is 10 posts per week. That's 2 a day, right? Then you have your bi-weekly grid reporting. And on top of that, you have your traffic and CTR, right? And then if you wanted to, you could have like a number 2, which would then include reputation management, right? And with reputation management, that could include, 4 reviews, 5 reviews, depending on platform. See, something like this, I see what the marketplace is charging, and I don't. If you go too low, or what the customer implies is too low, they think something's wrong. When really, at the end of the day, the optimization is a one-time thing, right? Now, we might need to modify something, but at the end of the day, the business probably isn't going to change. They offer these services in these areas. We set up the products, the services, the categories, the Q&As, right? What needs to consistently be done is posting, traffic, reporting, and reputation, right? So it's almost like, well, what's this going to cost? On top of that, then you can probably do your question answer, that type of thing. But in any case, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just curious on your stance. I don't know. I guess, would you get in line with the market? I don't want to do that, though. I want to do, I guess, just do it how you want, Chris. This is genius, bro. All right, let's see if you have any questions. I guess it's time to wrap up. I've been here all day. It's one of the only effective providers, but see what Chris thinks. Chet, Chris, AI Passive. I'm not an affiliated, but use SERP Empire. It's one of the effective providers, but see what Chris thinks. We ran a test on that. I had a test that was I had a test on that. I don't. It's been a while since we tested that particular service. We tested Babylon, we tested Spark Traffic, we tested SERP Empire, we tested all of them. So with that being said, we don't currently use it. At the time, it wasn't for us, or at least the study did not show that. Oh, also on top of that, we tried Diabolic Traffic, Spark Traffic, Babylon Traffic, SERP Empire. Oh, Click SEO. We tried that service recently. We also tried, and the reason why we're trying now is because I'm here. This is education, right? But we always want to see what is the competition doing. So some of the new players on the market were Click SEO. I wanted to go and see, okay, what are they doing? It is what it is. They may or may not have a good system, but their cost isn't efficient. Another opportunity that we tested out was SERP Clicks. I tried SERP Clicks. I think they're in cahoots with Babylon and Empire. I'm not sure, but I think it's all the same network. But yeah, hopefully that helps you out. Were these single variable tests? I think that running single variable testing for maps can be relatively difficult. As far as running traffic or clicks in a single variable environment, this is the only difference that I may have. I mean, single variable can be great. However, what I have found from single variable testing is that we can signal a particular factor and understand that it moves the needle in a closed environment where I control every aspect that I'm testing one thing to see if it goes up or down. And that's great. However, when we're trying to rank or get movement, there's more than one factor at play. Also, when we're testing in a single variable environment, in my opinion, nothing against it. I think it's great, brilliant. I think it's the way to go to understand, hey, did this move the needle, yay or nay? To identify a factor. But for me, I needed to not only move the needle, but I needed to move the needle when there's other factors at play. So once we identify movement when there's other factors at play, and we can repeat it one more time, if not two more times, to ourselves within our own systems, then we can apply it to other sites as well. So if I try it in the real estate space, I try it in the lawyer space, and then I try it in the SEO space, and I'm getting positive results each time, right? In multiple markets, right? Those are the first three that I test everything in for me at least, right? That's what matters. If I get movement I call it in the wild, we have a strong factor on our hand. If I get movement in a single variable environment, I don't know what the strength is. And I don't know how other factors are going to play ball, right? Like, is it going to cancel me out? Is there something else that's stronger? Like page age is one of them. So with that being said, when we tested those out, we tested those specifically in 3 or 4 different markets. I think I tested it on myself twice, whether it was for courses and or also consulting or a service, and definitely in the law space and 100% in the real estate space. Now, we probably didn't go super crazy on all of them, but anything that was within fair pricing. SERP Clicks, Spark Traffic, Diabolical, SERP Empire, any of the ones that were a fair price that could be ran for a long period of time and run actual testing on it, and it's not going to hurt my pocket, we've tested it more than once. So hopefully that answers your question, Chet. I'm only drilling down on that because I don't want you to don't spin your wheels. I'm playing around with tools now I want to know how they're able to keep their browsers updated so rapidly. It takes time for us to figure out what the changes are. And I'm noticing within some of these tools, they're able to make changes very quickly. For instance, here, I'll note this. So we recently I'm playing around with a tool called TrafficBot Pro. All right. Now, TrafficBot Pro has some unique functionality. We won't get into that. The problem is it's resource heavy. So we have an automation that runs website traffic and clicks, right? It has dwell time. It's perfect. Now, the problem that we run into is the Chromium browser and the browser updating, right? The iOS updates, the updates with the browser. Now, I'm noticing with some of these tools are able to update on the fly and still work great with ad platforms. The test for me if a bot is effective is if when I run ads myself in my account, am I costing myself money or is it getting caught? If it costs me money, right? If I can run bot clicks to my own profile and charge myself, that's a great sign. So there's only been 2 tools so far that have done that. There used to be 3. There was another one called Supreme Traffic Bot, but it doesn't work anymore, and that was a long time ago. So Supreme Traffic Bot used to work great. There used to be another one too that was really wonderful. It was a blue screen. I can still see it. They had 2 versions. It was blue with black and white letters up here, and there used to be a panda in the corner. I can't think of the name of it. It was almost like a traffic exchange. It was called like Chingaling or something. That tool was awesome. Epic Traffic Bot used to be awesome. I think the developer stopped playing with it or stopped working on it. I don't know why. But TrafficBot Pro is good. CTR Booster could have potential, but it was very resource hungry. But yeah, Chet, if you know how to get those browsers functioning properly, I could probably help you out with the other pieces. So what we're doing is we're trying to figure that particular piece out. Like, is there a certain section that they're going through? I don't know. We're trying to figure that out. Once we get that figured out, it's over. The automation part is easy. That's simple. Going undetected, doing the automations, doing everything that needs to be done is great. Being able to create multiple devices and then append the browsers and have everything work together, the sizing, everything, very difficult. Plus, I need to be able to save all of the history. Because when we're talking about traffic, depending on the market, like if it's a well-known market, like if it's oatmeal, or better yet, if it is golf balls in South Florida, and we're trying to rank for golf balls in South Florida, they already have a user avatar profile. Like, having the profiles is highly effective. And I'm sure you know that already. So Hollywood, no. Perhaps. Sure. Yep. Fair enough, Chet. Can't really determine the difference. Sure. Okay. Fair enough. We all see the same thing through different eyes. If we have a business that's stabilized, and it's been stabilized for longer than 30 days, and then we've already accounted for SERP fluctuations or transitional rank where, hey, on Mondays and Fridays when there's a high traffic percentage, it position up or down one spot. We take that into consideration when analyzing our results. If I have something that's stable for 30 plus days, I've already taken into account SERP fluctuations. We have a stable asset or website. It's in the wild. We've already accounted for transitional rank, and then we apply one thing to it. Let's say it's traffic or clicks or high dwell clicks, and I get a result. And then after that, I repeat it and get another result. Yeah, I'm sold on that. But that's me, Okay. Fair enough, brother. Yeah, like the piece with the single variable, I love that for on-page factors. Like I love it for on-page. Like create 5 sites, right? Create a couple sites. There's also tools too. Ted has a pretty cool tool for on-page factors. I don't mind a closed environment, right? Like when we were going through each and every one of the HTML elements to figure out, okay, what indexes, what doesn't index, what helps the page go up or down. Super cool to be in a closed environment. But when we're talking about off-page stuff, right? Like signals that are being tracked through, Google Font APIs or analytics or blended data that's being accumulated by Google to feed into the algo, like it has to be in the wild. So it's all good. I use Cora Lite. Yeah, Cora's awesome. I love Cora. Ted's a great guy too. And cool, man. AI passive income. I'm talking to you like I know you. I feel like we've talked before. I've ranked local sites with little to no off-page using Cora. Absolutely. Yeah, Cora is a great measurement tool. I can't promote it enough. I love the owner. I like watching his stuff. I've learned tons from Ted. I even learned stuff just from using the tool. So, yep, I'm silently in their groups too. I try not to speak up. I just like to watch and listen. Yeah, Cora, all the groups. Cool. I'm starting to get tired. It's been a long day. But yeah, let's see here. Let's see if there's any other video. Man, it's so crazy because I had some video concepts that I wanted to take care of. And we have people here. And if you're willing to learn, I'm willing to teach. So here, we can hide that one. Let's come on over here. Oh, check this out. Oh, 367 North Camden. Let's see if it worked this time. 367 North Camden. Let's see. All right. California. California has its own Google business profile that's not verified. It has an M code. CA.gov, that's awesome. But you are not allowed to claim it. All right. In any case, North Camden Drive, Beverly Hills. All right, so that's over here. There's Sotheby's. So generally, I would go in the corners. So what's here? What's here? Okay, what's here? 367. I just want to see something. I'm leading to something. Where the heck is it? So 367 North Camden Drive. All right, so this was the first time it didn't go through. Where is it? Oh, that is Fly. I should be here. $367. There's the web data. Interesting. $367 North Camden Drive, Beverly Hills, California. It should be here. North Camden Drive, Beverly Hills. Unless it's... See, I knew it. It's probably because this business is here. Dang it. Messed up. Well, you can't win them all, Mr. Palmer. You cannot win them all. Now, there might be... 367 North Camden Drive, not verified. Maybe it's here? What's here? How about here? Here? See, anytime there's a change of longitude and latitude, you're actually at a new address, right? With that said, oh well. It didn't go through this time. See, I thought we figured out something, but it only worked twice, and then it stopped working. So, oh well. All right, I think I'm done. I need something to eat. I'm tired. I'm eating. It's supposed to be cereal. It's like that hot cereal stuff. I've eaten all the raisins out of it. I'm starving. So we're going to go ahead and call this. Unless you have any questions, I think we're going to call it a day. It has been an absolute pleasure. Possum I'm following, but I have 4 little girls screaming in the background. I apologize. One of his competitors ranks country. Okay. So here we go. Question that you might be able to share some insight. What are some ways to expand my local search rankings? I have a client that ranks in a city, plus another 2 smaller cities, but wants to go big. One of his competitors ranks countrywide. It's a roofer. Well, there's a couple of things. When we want to go broad, the more Google business profiles that we can acquire, the better off we're going to be. Ideally, if we can go northeast, southwest around our location with Google business profiles, and then as soon as we get verified, whether it's service area or verified brick and mortar, if we can then back that up with a page and back that up with citations, directories, data aggregation, Web 2, press releases, right? We're getting external validation. Then we're able to expand proximity. The next piece of that is going to be start pushing traffic. It really starts with nothing validates an entity better than a Google business. If we can get those places on the map, then we can build our website around that, right? Let's take GBP off the table. If we want to dominate in a market on web, then we need to identify the markets that are showing a local listing, right? And the second piece is how old is our asset? How old is our site? And then the next thing is how old are the pages that in those new areas that we want to go to? How long have those people been there, right? I would look for it's not low-hanging fruit, but we're looking for the markets that we actually have a chance. We're looking for markets that the players have been there for 2 years or less. If we have players that have been there for 2 years or more, the chances of us getting in the top 3 spots, highly unlikely. So we're looking to identify where's the markets that have traffic or a trickle of traffic. Can we get a GBP? Yay or nay? The next thing is the players that are there, have they been there a long period of time? Page age, how long have they been there? But that's the only way. I can't push proximity without either having a location there, GBP, or other map platforms can help, right? but it's really, really hard. It makes life easy if I could get the GBP first. The other way to take over, at least on organic, is I can't take over something without having the page or without having information about said location and service. So those are the first steps. That's the first steps, my friend. And then in order to validate, I get my external votes. That could be PR, directories, aggregators, you know the drill. And then on top of that, the other way to reinforce that is start generating clicks from those longitude and latitudes. I'm getting clicks from that general area going to my new pages. Same with maps. So I hope that helps you out. I don't think I'm telling you anything you don't know already. It's implementing that, which can be difficult. Getting those GBPs will help you significantly. So do I think it would be pointless to send more links to a site to try to rank countrywide? Better to just get more GBPs? I think if the plan is to go wide, build the pages that are required, but first go and do the homework and make sure that you actually have a chance of getting in the top 5 spots. Identify those locations, build the pages. On top of that, definitely go for the GBPs. No question. You know, if it's in a market that you absolutely need to have, maybe go and lay the groundwork first. What I mean by this is find the location that could potentially work. I don't know how you're getting your GBPs, co-working space, just finding a spot and trying to get instant verified, whatever it might be. Go and lay the groundwork first. Lay your citations, like you already own the location. Go and get the phone number, create the page, like as if it already exists, and then try to go open it. Oftentimes it already goes through. On top of that, main data aggregators, like, there's like Foursquare and these types, but don't forget about like White Pages, Blackstone, LoopNet, these types of places. Get on those types of directories as well. Those maps, those integrated maps, they all get shared with everyone. This is a great way to validate a business location, even if it doesn't exist. That's all I'll say about that. But if you take a look, your Zillows, these types of it's all the same map. But yeah. All right, it's been a pleasure. I love you guys. And gals. I think we're out of here. Building here, let's go check on the tool set. Let's go see how things are going. Let's see here. Let's go see how everything's going. Now, we were supposed to have... Oh, it says... Aha! All right. It looks like he just almost has it. All right, good. Oh my gosh, let's see if it's done. I didn't check this yet. I'll just check mine. Oh, you didn't turn it on yet? Ay, ay, ay. Nope. Dang it. Button. This is a flex. Root, multi-loading button. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Collapse and hide force. And nope. Okay. So that one's, dang it. How about the grids? Did you fix this yet? Ooh. Nope, that's not it. How about SEO Mastermind? Nope. The SEO Mastermind in Bangladesh. Okay. Add the keywords. SEO. Mastermind SEO. Here, let's just go for SEO. Grid settings. All right, let's see how this is looking. Now, I was looking to get the field that we just changed this, actually. I want to be able to add. Okay, they're not working. Dang it. He's adding some of the tweaks, but not the others. So in between, see how we can actually get, see how you can actually make this finite? We can actually get even closer, even smaller. We can get down to the tenths, and I really, really like that. Right? So I thought that was pretty cool. And then this is miles. We can also go kilometers. So and then we go down 5x5, 7x7. That's just more. We'll go 5x5 to signify. So note when you make a call, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So this would be 25. A 10x10 would be 100 times 50 is 100 times 50 is what, 5,000? So let's see here. Processing 25 grid points. What's that mean? Oh, you implemented a point system? Oh my gosh, dude, that's so cool. That's what I wanted, but I wasn't sure if we could do it. I mentioned to him what I need and how I want things to work. And it takes him a lot of time, but we're looking to have this done. I'm thinking I've been telling people, hey, it's any day now, but really we were looking to launch at the beginning of the year. I'm looking to launch grayhatseo.com. We'll have a domain marketplace along with that, PBN build-outs, a domain marketplace, a guest post marketplace where you could buy and sell. On top of that, we'll also be offering domains, buying and selling domains. We'll also start offering affiliate partnerships. So if you have an asset that you just can't get over that hurdle, we're looking to get strategic partnerships. So yes, partnerships, domains, PBNs, PBN build-outs, PBN sites for sale, regular sites for sale, guest posts for sale, and of course, guest posts, you can list yours. Another fun opportunity I've been building in the background silently has to do with Google Maps and a lot of mostly commercial locations. A reciprocal location swap. I haven't quite figured out the name yet, but something along those lines, if you can catch my drift. Yeah. So I have some things ready for the new year, rebranding to Gray Hat SEO, search engine optimization tools, and of course the SEO mastermind. Proxy Pixie will probably come over to search engine optimization tools because mobile proxies are a tool. We're going to integrate through API I have a pretty good connection. It's the best company. I mean, there's only so many plugs for residential. We're plugged into the largest residential provider that there is, which is Bright Data. So I think we're going to be able to work something out there to offer residential rotating top tier for a fair price. I'm working on it. We'll have IPv4, IPv6, mobile proxies, mobile rotating. So we'll have mobile rotating proxies, right? So I think that'll be really cool. It'll be a pool. So like they're primarily for scraping. You could literally get a IP request every 0.25 of a second. So you could literally get 4 a minute or whatever that is. What's the other, every 25 seconds? I think it is 20, 40, 60. I forget how it breaks down. 4 a minute. Whatever that is. Dude, it's ready. I'm ready for a break. This isn't working. But yeah, mobile, residential, IPv4, IPv6. Tool platform will definitely be done. I probably could have rushed them and had it done at the beginning of this month, but that's okay. There's small little things that you don't recognize that I see. The colors have changed. Like, this is working how I wanted it to. I'm surprised that this is here spinning, but the results are here. Oh, at least one completed keyword required to view heat map. What's the deal here? Huh. Yeah, it's weird. I wonder why. So in any case, yeah, this is the look we were looking for. Yeah, see how the dot is off there? So he must have figured that out. So we'll be able to choose the dots that we want to run. You can make it in any shape you want. We go down to the 10th of a mile. The next thing that we're looking to do is with the geo polar, because the way our traffic tools are working, right? I'm not messing around with maps yet. We're focusing on website traffic. But what we're doing with website traffic is we're able to feed in longitude and latitudes. Why? Because I know that when we're sending traffic, it can't be from, here's why. It can't be from these green areas. But when you're sending in traffic, you want it to be from this longitude and latitude from this house. So we're able to pull longitude and latitude details based upon residential or commercial properties. And then on top of that, we'll be able to run pins. That's why it goes down to a 10th of a mile. Pins on top of the same residential locations. Why? Because then we'll be able to pinpoint longitude and latitude and send traffic directly from there and influence the rank from very select areas. Very fun. And then on top of that, we'll have all the integrations. I'll be able to send. Everybody knows that you need diversity of device. You need diversity of operating system. You also need diversity of location and IPs. So I can't just be sending in mobile. So we'll have residential, IPv6, IPv4. I'll have data center. Like, face it, some bots still come to your site. So we're going to have all the flavors. So yeah, I've been working. I've been working. I've been patiently working. Well, I don't understand. Okay, no, it's showing me. I don't like how it's pulling in. Oh, good. Okay, it's not. It's not running. It's not running their grid. Okay, so this one, competitors markers on the board. So it's showcasing the competition grid markers. So it shows me where the competition is. Okay. Keyword cannibalization. Yep. So you get a search analytics for Google Sheets or the equivalent for Excel. You upload the CSV with required headers, query, page, clicks, impressions, CTR grouped by query and page. So all you do is you get this extension, you group by query and page, and then you upload, and then it gives you the recommendations for cannibalization. This saves a significant period of time. Also, on the flip side of it, it also gives us this. If I am getting impressions here, all potential. So when you take a look at all potential, it's also going to pull out anything that I'm getting traffic for, but not a lot of clicks. And if it's not cannibalized, then that means I want to increase the density or the optimization of the keyword or keyword variation in order to get higher rank to get clicks. So this does two things. It's going to pinpoint variations of key term that I need to better optimize for so I could get more traffic, and it will identify cannibalization. So that's the secondary feature we're going to add, where it spits it out. Like, I know that's what I'm looking at, but it's a tool. So you just want the answers, right? I know. I know you do. So do I. So it'll be two sides. Okay, here's your cannibalization issues. Go and fix this. Here's the pages. Well, you saw. So opportunities, it will tell you the pages up here. If you hover over this, it tells you the actual page. So these key terms are, see, in this case, it was 2 pages cannibalizing each other potentially. And then you have this here, potentially cannibalizing. All right. So yeah, this is working good. Grid map. And then we actually have another one, but I don't see it. Oh, and then the review checker. It's going to be automated because we do reputation management. Now, the thing that's driving me crazy, though, is this tool should work. Why is it? That's the citation checker. It says paused. I don't get it. But, okay. Huh. Yep, that's my lorem. Didn't even add that yet. I love it. Okay, I won't waste any more time. I don't know what the heck he's doing. Oh, excellent. Okay, guess you have to take on designing role every once in a while. Yeah, I'm horrible at design. That is not my cup of tea. Keyword cannibalization and opportunity finder. But it's not just any opportunity. It's not just pulling a rabbit out of the hat. It's based on your Google Search Console data. And on top of that, what's displayed and what you export are two different things. So we're taking your export data, and what we're giving back to you is a sorted list of cannibalization issues that are causing issues, potential issues, and then opportunities based upon what you're getting impressions for. Like, okay, here's what you're ranking for. Here's variations that you're not ranking high for, but you're getting impressions. Add those keywords to the page. So, yes, very, very, very happy. The only other big feature of what's next, I guess it doesn't matter what's next. Let's finish off what we have. But the next big one is a pain in the butt is keyword tracking. So it's the keyword tracking, like everything in a dashboard. So we're working on that. Anyway, I love you guys. I would gladly pay during beta phase. Well, it's past beta. No, oh no, it's in beta. That's right, alpha, beta. Yes. It's going to be launch ready as soon as there's a few more little functionalities. Like it looks like he added the ability to take away some of the checks. He changed the color schemes. It's running. He added the ability to have a drop down to be able to search for the business. I want to be able to take 5 business competitors and then check and pull in their citations and directory sources. But I want to run a back check to see what's indexed. So I just want to double check and make sure that it's showing up in more than one search engine. Anyway, I'm going to rock and roll. I'm starving. I love you guys very much. Thank you so much for your time. If there's anything I could do for you, let me know. At chrispalmer.org, we are making some significant changes. I'm definitely going to rebrand. Of course, I love my name, but we're going to, on chrispalmer.org, this is going to be more of a directional hub, like agencies and anyone that has an agency or doing SEO or just needs, they know exactly what they need. They either need bulk or they know what they need. We're going to have white label here, right? But as far as everybody else, it's going to be gray hat SEO moving forward. Chris Palmer is gray hat SEO. So I think it'll be cool. Yep. So these guys have it, but not for long. Because that's me. That's literally my brand. So you guys have a great day, guys and gals. Oh, by the way, if you need any type of service, of course, SEOmastermind.org. SEO Mastermind. What I meant to say is chrispalmer.org. On top of that, if you need consultation, one-on-one, a session, a second set of eyes for the Christmas season, okay? It's really for Black Friday. What I did is I cut all the prices in half. All right. So if you need one-on-one consultation, done with you service, you want to meet with me, everything's cut in half until the new year. Okay. I was going to do it just for Black Friday, but I think it's good. Yeah, I shrunk down the amount of time available, but I shrunk the dollar amount so that way I could reach more people. Yeah, consultation, services, SEO Mastermind, new courses. The recordings are up. The landing pages are almost done. So the recordings are there, the last 12 months. On top of that, 500 test result PDFs. Alongside of that, we have a new training on page SEO, how to rank your pages doing math, simple math. Actually, I think I should change it. Along with that, I'm working on a new training for YouTube. I have a highly effective training for ranking YouTube videos. I'm debating if we're going to sell it, but we'll see. I'm starving. I'm so sorry. I'm eating, there's like these little sunflower seeds. Love them. I I love you guys. ChrisPalmer.org consultation service, SEO mastermind courses. We have training, testing, and the masterminds itself. Calendly.com/Chris Palmer Marketing. If you have a question about SEO, ask in the section below. We have the YouTube mastermind for anyone and everyone trying to learn SEO, digital marketing, YouTube SEO, video SEO, social media marketing. I can certainly help. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. I love you guys. Have your questions ready.